Hi and welcome to this video on R statistics. So the aim of this video is to give you a brief outline of exactly what R is, showing you a few graphical user interfaces of R, and secondly showing you exactly how to download R and one of my favourite user interfaces called RStudio, which I'll get onto shortly. So first things first, what is R? Well, R is an open source platform and language for statistical analysis. So by open source, I mean that all the code involved in it is freely available. So R is based on an old programming language called S, which was created by the Bell Laboratories in America, and this was in the 1970s. But S has progressed to what we now know as R. So R has become the central repository for existing and innovative statistical analysis tools. So by this I mean that R holds packages which are designed to provide very basic statistical analysis, from creating bar charts, conducting t-tests, all the way to much more complex analysis that may require multiple time-consuming sub-analysis. So an example here, you can see an MCMC simulation, as well as on the right hand side R also incorporates geographical information systems to improve the power of our analysis. The advantage of using R is that it's free, so we don't need to purchase commercial statistical programs, and we can, because R provides many packages, we can conduct a wide variety of analysis, all within R. So here is a graphical user interface of R, or I like to call this the classic R version. So on the left hand side we can see the R console, which is the output of our statistics and all our results. On the right hand side is our script editor. This is where we input commands for R to conduct its analysis. More on this in later videos, but for now I just want to show you exactly what it looks like. Now here's another graphical user interface. This is RStudio. So RStudio is an alternative user interface for running R, and it's available in various systems: Windows, Mac and Linux. The advantage of using RStudio is that it includes a syntax highlighting editor, as well as tools for plotting, and Dalek thinks it's excellent for workspace management. As you can see on the top left is the script editor, similar to classic R. On the bottom left is the output, whilst on the top right hand side we can import our data directly in, and on the bottom right we can visualize our plots, look at what files we've uploaded, as well as install certain packages for conducting specific statistical analysis. Also here it has a help menu for the different statistical packages. Now RStudio is personally my interface of choice, but have a look at all the user interfaces and find out which one's best for you. So another user interface is called RCommander, which is a package available in R, which you directly open from R itself. So it's a user interface which offers a more convenient and user-friendly environment for carrying out commands in R, in a very simple to use and familiar to most computer users. It's especially useful if you want to develop your own knowledge of using a command line based system. As you can see, so drop down menu for you to pick your statistical tests or create your graphs. The advantage is that you can see the command line based syntax that you need to use. Now, next thing I'm going to show you is how to download R. So to find the website for downloading R, you need to go to CRAN R project. Now this CRAN R project is the comprehensive R archive network, which is where all the information that you need about R is held. So once you clicked on the website, you need to download for your operating system. So in this case, I'm going to download for Windows. You then need to click on Base, which, as you can see here, is where you install R for the first time. And this will take you through to the option to download R 3.1.1 for Windows. Now this is the most current version of R. So if we click download that and open up on the download bar, we can then start installing R. So the first thing is to choose your language, which in my case is English, and then follow through the step-by-step menu. Is very easy to follow. Accepting the license, choosing your location to download R, and the advantage is that for Windows it downloads both the 32 and the 64-bit files, so you don't need to find out which version of Windows you have. And here I automatically accept the defaults and also create a desktop icon. Now once you've followed through the download of R, you can open up the desktop menu and we'll see the graphical user interface for the R console. So as I described before, on the left hand side is our console, which is the output of R, whilst on the right hand side is our script editor. So here I can quickly show you, we're going to make a vector with a random distribution of numbers into the vector called x. And here if I print x, we can see it's outputted a load of numbers for us, 25 to be specific. So basically this acts as a very simple user interface for us to conduct our analysis. In future videos I'll get into a bit more detail about exactly what all the syntax and command line means, but for now I just want to show you exactly what it looks like. Now before we talked about RStudio, which is a very friendly user interface for using R. Now if you want to use RStudio, first thing is that you need to download R, as shown here, and then secondly we need to go to the RStudio website in order to download RStudio. So here is the RStudio website. Again, RStudio is open source. We need to click on the download RStudio. It's a very simple process. All we need to do is click on RStudio for our desktop, download RStudio desktop, and usually near the top of this list here it will show you exactly what version you need to download for your operating system. So in my case, Windows 8, I need to install this one. So very similar to R. Once you finish downloading, open the folder down the download box, go through all the installation, and again, just like R, pick all the defaults and create your own desktop icon. Once you've gone through the downloads, you can then open up RStudio. So again, on the top left is our script editor, where we can type in our various commands, such as 1 + 1, and it will work out exactly what 1 + 1 is. Whilst on the right hand side we can see our packages, exactly what packages are available. Again, more on what packages are later on in the video. So that's a brief outline of exactly what R is, how to install R itself in RStudio. The other thing is that there are other operating systems for running R. Feel free to explore other videos on how to download these. The next videos will be on how to install packages in R and the basics of R. So enjoy.